So in this classification of elements in the periodic table, so it is a very important in our chemical elements. Especially element is nothing but is a undeviatable or undivisible. It is a single property of the substance will present, that is called as a element. So we already know that there is the elements are there in our nature. We have the, for example, hydrogen is a one of the element, oxygen is a one of the element, and different type of elements are there in our nature. Okay, right. For example, why we need to just classify the particular periodic table? These elements are arranged in a proper manner. So why it is right to arrange in a proper manner? In this topic, before going to enter, I need to discuss about the small ideas in our day-to-day life. So what kind of the ideas we need to discuss? For example, if you go to the any medical shop, so what kind of the, for example, I want to ask the headache tablet. If I'm going to ask the headache tablet, that person can go to the one place and try to search in a one area, not on the whole total medical shop. Why he is right to search in one in that area means he kept the different type of company of medicines he keeping in a one area. Okay, so headache medicines are one area, the fever medicines are one area, and different areas in different companies in a properties are same. For example, the headache tablet is there. Headache tablet is a different companies are there, but the purpose of the cure of the particular headache is a one. So the property is a one. That's why they arranged in a one manner. So that's why he is right to search in that place. If that kind of the headache tablets will available, then he will give. Otherwise, so no. So this manner, and one more example also I am going to share with you. So what kind of the example? For example, if you go to the any supermarket or any just kirana store or supermarket, especially the supermarket means, for example, one area the surf packets are there and different companies surf packets are there. One area oil packets are there. One area is the soaps are there. Different type of means. See that different type of companies are different, but that category means either is a soap or surf or other category, but the category is important, right? Here also the properties of the different type of properties and similar properties also present, then they arranged in a proper manner, that is called as a periodic table. Robert Boyle, so in the year 1661 he proposed one element. The element is a single substance, it is not to decompose in any other characteristics, that is called as a, so Robert Boyle, so given as a 1661, this kind of the arrangement. At the time the Robert Boyle is having, at the time of the Robert Boyle in the 1661 only 13 elements are found up to at that area. So what does that means? At that year the 13 elements only found in that particular area. So in that, after completion of the Robert Boyle, so different means in the year of the 18th century. Okay, so 18th century, so they found that the more elements. So in that elements, for example, in 18th century they given the more, I think 11 elements. Okay, so in addition of the 13, more 11 elements found. Okay, 1865, in 1940 up to 1940, so in the year 1940 they found that the 90 elements are naturally available. So here also elements are also divided into a natural elements and as well as, okay, so here that is the 91. Okay, so 91 elements are natural elements and more 17 elements are synthetic elements. So it's nothing but it is a radioactive elements also, is a man-made elements. So they found that up to that is a Robert Boyle 1661 only 13 elements found, and in the year of or in the 18th century beginning, the 11 elements are included, means the more than, so 13 more 11 elements are included, and 1865 that added is a 60 elements, and in the year of 1940, so 91 elements are natural elements, and plus the 17 elements of his synthetic elements are found. Okay, so synthetic. So here there is a synthetic elements and 91 is a natural elements. Next, after completion of this one, if you go for the nowadays, how many elements are proposed? Now approximately 115, more than 115 elements are present in our periodic table. So here the more than 115 is nothing but 115 elements is nothing but these are more elements are presented. Okay, so in this some elements are coming. Okay, so some elements are named and some elements are natural elements, some are synthetic elements or radioactive elements. These are the different category of elements found in our nowadays. So in our previous classes we already know that the lower classes it will be there. We already classified the elements. For example, is a metals and non-metals also we example. Okay, so we given for example sodium is a metal, right? Okay, so this is a sodium is a one of the metal. For example, non-metal is there, sulfur is there. Sulfur is a non-metal. So we already classified the elements into a metals and non-metals. But aluminum is there. Then what is the aluminum? Aluminum is sometimes in a one category it is a metals and it will be non-metal also it will try to present. Then how can we describe whether it will be category of a metals or non-metals? It is a submetallic properties or so medium. This is not a metal, it is not a non-metal, it is a middle only. So that's why it needs to arrange the different type of elements in a periodic table. Already the 115, more than 115 elements are found now. So now the requirement to arrange the particular elements in a proper manner in a periodic table. Otherwise it is difficult to the identification of each and every element. Okay, right. In that there is a Louis Prost. So he is a scientist. Okay, chemistry. He is a. So he given that Louis Prost is, he stated that there is a in an arrangement of a particular elements. So the hydrogen element is a fundamental or base element. Okay, the other than the hydrogen, in what he given that there is a hydrogen element is a fundamental component or so fundamental of a particular element, and the other remaining elements, all elements are the combination of the hydrogen elements only. So he given this kind of the idea. So in this idea it is a somewhat little bit the Louis Prost is giving as a hydrogen idea. Okay, but after completion of this one, different type of scientists, all scientists gave, they found the different type of laws. Okay, so these are called as a periodic laws. Okay, so each and every periodic law we are going to discuss. Now the first periodic law is a, so what is it? Law of triads. Okay, so law of triads. The Daubernier's law of triads. So what he given that he is a chemist. Okay, so the Daubernier is a chemist in the year of the particular 1829. In the year 1829, he given the idea about the triads. What does mean by triads? Means totally this Daubernier depended on the atomic weights of the elements. For example, what he given that, so if I am going to take as any three category, means three similarity of a elements continuously. For example, so lithium, sodium and potassium. If I take these three kind of similar elements, then the first and third element average is equals to the, means atomic weights of the first and third. Okay, the average of these two only we can call that is a middle element, that is a sodium element atomic weight. So I will check out. So what is the given is a lithium, okay, and next one is a sodium, and next is a what is it, potassium they given. So here the three elements they given. Example I am going to take that what he given, the law of triads, the similarity of a elements, that is a lithium, sodium, potassium. The first one atomic weight and third one atomic weight, the average of these two is equals to the middle element atomic weight. So here there is a first element atomic weight is a 7, okay, and potassium, the lithium is a 7 and potassium is a 39, okay. So these are the two values are there. Now I already know that this is 23, okay. I will check out whether it is correct or not. So what I said, that law of triads will explain that 7 plus 39, the average of these two, 7 plus 39 by 2, average means divided by 2. Here I am going to write the 7 plus 39 is nothing but it is a 46 by 2. So it's nothing but 2 table and 2 23s are. So that is a 23. Now it is a average of the first one and third one is equals to the middle element atomic weight. So this is called as a law of triads. Okay, so some kind of the what does it mean, similarity of elements can be satisfied. But one thing, this is also Daubernier's law of triads also having some limitations. So what kind of the limitations it will be there means simple. So what is the limitation? This is the lowest and highest atomic weights is not satisfied. So here the lowest and highest values of a atomic weights is not satisfying this kind of the law of triads. Okay, only special category of elements only possible. And one more thing, for example, fluorine, chlorine, bromine. So if I am going to take as this kind of the fluorine, chlorine and bromine, if this middle element atomic weight is not satisfying the first one and third one average of the atomic weight. So these are the some limitations are there, and here it will be one more drawback is also there. The law of triads, he unable to explain the all elements in a future. Okay, how many elements will come? So actually the elements has to coming in future also. The further reference also we can use it. But in the periodic table he not arranged, he not identify the future elements. That is also one of the drawback. Now we'll go for the another. So what does it mean? This is the first law and second law, periodic law I am going to discuss. Okay, so here the Newland's law of octaves. The law of octaves means that the oct means 8. Okay, so in our there is a scientist, the Newlands. He proposed this kind of the periodic law in the which year, and what does it means? He is a one of the chemist, and he given the idea about the particular law of octaves. Newland's law of octaves. So here he is a scientist, one of the scientists. He given the idea about the one kind of the arrangement of a particular the periodic table. So what he given, the Newlands proposed in 1865. In the year of 1865, he given the octaves rule. He arranged that the atomic weights are arranging in a ascending order in a proper manner. What he said that, so for example, you see that the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay, he arranged that first, okay, 8 elements. Then the ninth element is equals to the, means that is a, he is arranging in a 8 elements in a manner of the 8 elements. Then the ninth element, the property is equals to the first element, means each and every 8th element is So equal property of the previous element is nothing but, for example, hydrogen is there here, and here the lithium is a ninth element, means after 8 elements the ninth element is equals to the first element properties. Okay, so these two kind of the elements are having the same property, and here the fluorine is there, and after fluorine what it will be, that is a, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Again the ninth element of for this is a sodium. That's why these two elements are having the same property of the elements. So here each and every eighth element is a equal. Each and every after 8 elements, the ninth element is equals to the previous elements, or properties are equal. Okay, so he given the idea about this one. But what is the drawback of the and? You know that this is a in our music system, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. Okay, so in the sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, he given the idea about the 8 notes are there in that. Okay, you just compare it is, so sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, the total 8. The 8 notes are there. By using of it, that kind of the 8 notes only, he given the Newland's law of octaves. Okay, so here this is the law, and what is the limitations of this law? That one big drawback is there. What is the drawback? Means simple. The Newland's restricted only 56 elements only. This kind of the property, or this kind of the law can applicable only 56 elements only. And one more is also the drawback. So he not explained about the future elements. If the future elements will come, so what kind of the place and where we are going to arrange that kind of the new elements in our periodic table, he not explained. So these are the two drawbacks, or main drawbacks to comes to the one more periodic law. Okay, so in this Mendeleev periodic table, so this Mendeleev arranged that there is a periodic table arranged in a all elements in a verticals and so horizontal things, means there is a vertical columns he arranged, that he made a chart. So in the chart what it will be there, means that vertical columns are ready to present, and as well as the horizontal rows also ready to present. How that is a vertical columns is called as a columns is called as a groups. And then after completion of this one, you can see that there is a, for example, there is a with a numerals. So what does it means? For example, 1, first one they given as a 1, and in this also first column, so vertical column is also divided into 2. What is that? It is a and B. Okay, he given that A and B. For example, first one, the first one is having the again A and B is a sub. Okay, so here these are the arranged in a particular elements in a particular so first column. And if you go for the second one, and second one is also, these are the okay, so Greek numerals, they are arranged in a particular manner. And here total is the, so what is that? There is a 8 columns are arranged. Okay, so 8 columns are arranged. In the 8 columns is a sub columns are there, that is a groups, we call as a groups. That is the first group, second group, third group, fourth group, up to 8 groups are ready to present. Okay, here so and arranged, he arranged that column vertical, sorry, horizontal rows also he arranged. So what it will be, it's showing as a Arab numerals, that is a 1 2 3 4 up to 7. Okay, the 7 horizontal rows also present. So here once you observe that, if you observe this is first column, first group, and this is called as a periods. The columns are going to indicating as the first column, second column is a groups, and here this is a horizontal lines are called as a periods. Each and every period, the first period, second period, third period, in this one special category is there. Here that is a first column contain, the first group is having this similarity to the nearby the elements. For example, if you consider that A group contain
one element, and if one more element is also contained in a B. So both are similar. So but if you go for the horizontal rows are there na, that is a horizontal lines, the periods na, that each and every period is each and every element is a different. So in this, so what the groups are containing that particular, so groups are similar kind of elements are there. For example, I'm going to say that first one is having that is a reaction is a R2O. Okay, this is a generalized formula in that particular column, means is nothing but in a group. So what is that R2O means in the, for example, if you consider that is a lithium, so Li2O. And if you go for the oxygen, and here it is a LiO, and C means C2O. So this kind of the things are right to present. If you go for the this kind of the reason, if you go for the second column, so second column is also same properties or same kind of things are right to present here. Okay, and he arranged that there is a missing elements also. For example, he kept the blank space. So in a previously the different type of scientists, they forgot to keep a space for the newly invented elements, but this Mendeleev given that space for the newly invented elements also. What he given, that means he given named as a, for example, that is a Eka. The Eka is nothing but it is a Sanskrit word, is a one. Okay, Eka boron, Eka calcium, like this. If it is a left space will be there, means there is a newly named elements are right to having the Eka. Okay, so this kind of the names are right to present, then we feel that it is a equal, is a newly elements also he given, right? Okay, here once you see that the Mendeleev given that one more thing is also there, that is a correction of the atomic weights also. So according to this Mendeleev, the beryllium is a atomic weight is a 13.5. So here in this 13.5 is a atomic weight, and actual formula is the atomic weight is nothing but equivalent weight into valency. For example, he thought that the valency is a 3. Okay, so here what is they calculated, means here he calculated the 4.5 is the equivalent weight, okay, into, so 3 they given, right? So they calculated and 4.5 into 3. So what it will be, it should be ready to present. So 5 3s are 15, okay, 5 4s are, sorry, 3 4s are 12, 12 plus 1, so 13, means 13.5. So here they given as a atomic weight is a equivalent weight into valency, they given is a 13.5, or otherwise if the valency is a 2, so you can check it as it valency is a 2, means that is a 4.5 into 2 means that is a 9, is a 9, it will be coming to the particular second group elements. So these are the different type of arranging of a elements in a particular, so groups also he given that the correction of the elements they given the Mendeleev, right? And after that he given that one more thing is also there, that is a anomalous series. Okay, so what it will be the series? So here anomalous series is nothing but here Mendeleev given that there is a tellurium, so that atomic weight is a 127.6 units, and here that iodine is a 126.9 units is there. This is a non having the proper situations, or for example the tellurium given that the preceding of the iodine only they given the tellurium. So because once you see that if you go for the ascending order, so it is not suitable. So here the 126.9 units are here, it will be present, and bigger one is a 127.6 units of the tellurium will be present. But it should be given as a, this is a front they given, and this is the next one they given as a iodine. This is a one of the limitation also. There is an anomalous series is also one of the limitation of the Mendeleev. And next one, he arranged that the dissimilar elements in a particular elements. For example, the lithium and sodium. So this kind of the elements they arranged in a 1A group. Okay, and chlorine is a 5A group they arranged. So in this anomalous series also, and the proper arranging of the elements in a groups also, there is a, these two are so particular defects or what does it means, the drawbacks of the Mendeleev, right? Okay, so this is a modern periodic table. In that modern periodic table, so who found the modern periodic table? So the scientist name is a H.J. Moseley. The H.J. Moseley is a one of the scientists in a 1913. So he given the idea about the each and every element is right to so characteristics of a emission of a X-rays. And do you know that each and every electrons are right to release from a particular so element? So in that elements, that number of protons are right to present, and as well as the electrons are right to present. Each and every atom that emits that is a electrons and protons. So what is the meaning of the number of protons are present in a particular atom is said to be, it is a atomic number. This is the foundation stone and foundation of the modern periodic table. So in our modern periodic table, now we are discussing and going to divide about the modern periodic table on a atomic weight only, sorry, atomic number only. Atomic weights previously we discussed. There is a different type of Mendeleev periodic table and a Newland's octave rules, and these all are dependent on atomic weights. But this kind of the modern periodic table is depending on a atomic numbers. So atomic number means number of protons are right to present inside of the element. So now let's we discuss about the modern periodic table and arrangement of a modern periodic table. Elements are right to show in one by one. In our modern periodic table, so we arranged and that mostly arranged that is a totally so 18 columns are there. That each and every column is called as a group. So that is the vertical columns are right to present, that is a groups they said, and the next one is a 7 horizontal rows are present. That each and every row is called as a, that is a period. So in that columns are called as a groups and horizontal rows are called as a, what is it, periods. So in that particular the 18 columns are there now. Again we are right to divide that, how to divide the different type of arrangement of a elements in a particular columns. So here already know that there is a, for example, hydrogen is there. The hydrogen atomic number we already know that is a 1. So that's why what is the electronic configuration? 1s1. Okay, and here the, for example, if I go for the lithium, so what is the atomic number? So third one means that is a electronic configuration 1s1, so 1s2 and 2s1. Once you observe that in this situation the hydrogen is a s orbital contains the 1 electron, and here also the lithium is also having that s orbital contains only 1 electron. If we go for the another element, for example I am going to take as a sodium. The sodium is a one more example, that is 11. Atomic number is 11. If I am going to write a electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. In this, once you observe that this is a, what is that? That is a s orbital contain 1, and here also s orbital is 1, and here also s orbital is a 1. So that's why what we call that this is a all s orbitals are 1 means all are similar. That's why he arranged that in a one column, that is a one group. Okay, here in the periodic table they given that there is a hydrogen, lithium and next sodium, like this kind of all elements in a one line. So this is called as a alkali metals. Okay, alkali means, what is the meaning of alkali? In that alkali means we are ready to present, alkali means that is a plant ash. So do you know the plant ash? Plant ash is nothing but it is a just we are ready to receive from the plants. So that's why it is a alkali earth metals, all alkali metals. Okay, they arrange that. For example, if you go for the another one, this is a all are similar s orbital it will contain. That's why they given as a hydrogen and lithium and sodium as a, not only the sodium, the remaining elements also there in our table. So they given as a all are is a 1a group elements. So they given as a one first a group. Okay, so this is the a group they given. Okay, right, we go for the, for example, beryllium. The beryllium, what is that? This is a, so fourth element. That's why atomic number is a 4. What he arranged that, there is a 1s2 2s2. Once you observe that in s orbital how many, there is a, so first s orbital the 2 electrons are there. So here these electrons are having one electron in a, so s orbital, but here the s orbital contain the 2 electrons. That's why, so it is a s orbital is a first group, but it should be contain the 2 electrons, means they arranged as a second a group. Okay, second a group. So this is a beryllium and the remaining elements also they given that there is a second a group. Okay, so that is the second a group they given, right? So beryllium they given as a, so second a group. These are the different type of elements they arranged in a particular, so hydrogen to the helium. For example, hydrogen they given and helium is also they given. And what is the similarities of that? Hydrogen, helium, sorry, hydrogen and lithium and sodium, these all are similar properties, and that too it is a alkali metals, is ash of the plants they given as a, so this kind of the things are right to present. And next one, these are the s orbital. S orbital, actually how many electrons it will contain? That s orbital is only one shell, means one orbital contain the 2 electrons, maximum number of electrons it will contain as a 2 electrons. That's why, for example, I want to write here the s orbital how many electrons it will contain, that there is a 2 electrons only. That's why first a, 1a and 2a is a s orbital. In that periodic table, the remaining horizontal things are there. Once you observe that in our the first 1a and 2a will be there, the remaining all are p orbitals. Okay, when we go for the boron, carbon, oxygen and fluorine, so these all are right to indicating as a, so d block elements. So s block elements, p block elements and d block elements and f blocks elements are right to contain in a separately, that is the lanthanides and so actinoids. So lanthanides and actinides is a f block elements. So s block elements means hydrogen, lithium, like this, and the beryllium, these are all are, that is the, so what is that, alkali metals, and that to s block elements. The p block elements are right to, remaining elements are p block elements. So okay, now you say to me how many electrons are right to appear in our p block elements. In p, so we have that electrons are right to present in a 6 electrons are right to present it. That's why the p block elements are containing the maximum number of elements or maximum number of electrons is a 6 electrons only, means there is a 3 orbitals and there is a 6 electrons will present, each and every orbital consisting of a 2 electrons. Then we already know that there is a d orbital is containing the 5. Okay, so that is the, so maximum electrons are right to fill in a 10. So then f block is nothing but it is a 7, and that to 14 electrons are maximum. These are all our electrons to ready to present. So f block is a 14 electrons are ready to present, d block is a, so 10 electrons are maximum, and p block is having that 6, and s block is having the 2. So here one example of the p block elements, for example scandium, it will be there, there is a scandium atomic number is a 21. If I am going to write a electronic configuration of a scandium, so 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1, and the next one is a 3d, 4s2, 3d1, correct? Once you see that, the 4 plus 6 10 and plus 10, so 20 plus 1 is a 21. Now here once you see that there is a d block element is a last finally is a, so third shell contain the d block, d orbital contain the one element or one electron, so that's why that is the scandium is having the d block elements. Okay, and here we can go for the all the remaining all are, so d block elements and everything has to present. So these are the different type of groups of a elements has to present. Now the scandium is a d block element. Now one more example I am going to show, that here there is a, the boron is there, carbon is there, and nitrogen and oxygen fluorines are there. So these are all are p block elements. Once you see that, the first one is a s block element, next one there is a in that area the last two, so second one that is the p block elements, and the horizontal lines are there na, so in that area that is a d block elements are right to arranged. So here the p block elements, for example the carbon is there, the carbon is a atomic number is a 6. So then if I am going to write a electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 and 2p2, here once you see that there is a p orbital or a p subshell are containing the 2 electrons in it, so that's why there is a carbon is a, so what is that, it is a p block element. So then we go for the, there is a oxygen is also there, for example oxygen, we already know that there is a 8 electrons are right to present, so that's why 1s2 and 2s2 and 2p, what is that, 2p4, so then total 8 electrons are right to present in our oxygen, that's why it is a p block element. Oxygen is also p block elements. So these are the different type of examples what we have to discuss about the groups. And here they given as a, what I said, that alkali metals and alkali earth metals. Alkali metals means it is a ash of the plants. So these are the all are just coming from the plants, means we call that there is a alkali metals and alkali earth metals also we can call. And next one is the chalcogen family is also there. The chalcogen family is nothing but chalcogen is nothing but ore products. Where the ore products are there, they are arranged in a proper like a staircase. There is a one area, one kind of the products only they arranged. And next one if you go for the halogen family, so halogens means there is a sea salt. The halogens are nothing but it is a sea salt. That kind of the family, that kind of the similarities of all elements are arranged in a one place, that is a, so sea salt, that is a halogen family. And next one is the noble gases. The last one is giving as a noble gases. So what is a noble gases speciality means? Noble gases are low reactivity, or most probably not to react with any other chemical or not any other elements also. So that kind of the elements are arranged in a one area, that is a noble gases. So for example I am going to take as a neon is there. The neon is the atomic number is a 10. So if I am going to write the electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 and 2p6, once you observe that this is a, so up to here the 2 and 6 is the total 10 completed enough. So the base you should not think about the, this is a first initial shell, so that's why for 1s2 means there is a k shell, so we cannot consider this k shell. The remaining shells are there now. The second shell containing how many electrons in it? The 6 plus 2 is a 8. 8 means that is a configuration is a that means that kind of the element is a non-reactive. There is a noble gas. It is not to react with any other metals or any other elements. Okay, that's why it is a stable element. Neon is a one of the stable elements. This kind of the stable elements are present when that ground ones means first shell, if you not to consider, the remaining elements or remaining orbitals are going to contain that, so 8 electrons, then it is said to be it is a noble gases or that stable configuration. Okay, So here we have that there is a group of the names are there. What does it means? There is a boron is containing, there is a boron family in our the new periodic table. So new periodic law is right to explain that there is a boron family and carbon family, nitrogen family. These are all are similarities of a, so boron is similarities of all elements are right to present. That's why there is a boron family. And if the carbon similarities are there, there is a carbon family. So that all groups are going to divide as a boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine families. And as well as, so we given that there is a, what just now I explained that there is a lanthanides, actinides, and the next one is a chalcogen family, and what is the next one is a alkali earth metals. These are all the different type of families are there. Here that there is a lanthanides and actinides are there, that is a F block elements. So these are the F block elements are right to contain, that is in separate of the periodic table. It is not including of a periodic table, they given as a separately. If a newly invented elements also comes to the particular 4FR, means there is a F block elements. So here I am going to say that one more example of this one. For example, is a vertical lines means groups completed. The similarities of the groups means there is a S block, P block and D block, and F block elements are completed. Now we go for the, so periods. The periods, how many periods are there? The 7 periods are there in our new periodic table. Now for example, I want to take an example of a hydrogen again. So what is the electronic configuration? Hydrogen is a 1 atomic number and electronic configuration is a 1s1. If I take as a helium, that is a 2 atomic number, that is a electronic configuration is a 1s2. For example, if I take as a lithium, so lithium is a 3, so 1s2 and 2s1. And now comes from the particular arranging of a periods. Once you observe that this will indicating as a shell number. The 1 means there is a K shell, 2 means L shell, K, L, M, N, O. So right, so K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell. So these are the shell names are there. That is the first one means, for example, once you observe that there is a hydrogen and helium, both are containing the same shell. The valency or whatever may be the valency, only 1 electron and 2 electrons are there, means there is a shell number is a 1. So the 1 shell means there is a, both are having the same shell, that is a K shell only. So that's why what we arrange that in a periodic table, we arrange that there is a first shell is a first period. They arranged is a beside of this one, that hydrogen and helium. So here the lithium is there, that is a atomic number is a 3 and that 2 it is a second shell. It comes to the second shell, 1 s orbital. That's why they given as a second period. If the third shell it will contain means there is a third period. Fourth shell it will contain that there is a fourth period. Up to 7 periods are right to present. So these are the different type of elements are arranged in a vertical columns, means there is a groups. Total groups are 18 and next vertical vertical columns are 18, there is a groups, and next one there is a horizontal lines are there, that is a periods, that to 1 to 7 periods are there. Okay, after completion of this one, now we'll go for the, and here also one more thing is also there in that there is a noble gases are called as a zero group elements. So we call as noble gases are called as a zero group elements also. Okay, after completion of this one, metals and non-metals I am going to identify. So what is that? Metals and non-metals. Okay, in that metals and non-metals, if the valency shell, if a electronic configuration, do you know the valency shell means outermost shell contain how many electrons are present, that is called as a valency. Okay, that is that shell name is a valency shell, and as well as how many electrons it will contain in it, that is a valency electrons. For example, so this is a second shell is containing that only 1 electron, that's why there is a, so valency electrons is a 1, and here there is a second shell, there is a valency shell is a second shell. Like this, for example, metals and non-metals means if their valency shell electrons contain, so 3 are below 3. Okay, the valencies are is a 3 or below 3 electrons are present, that are called as a metals. What is that? The valency of the electrons, it will contain 3 or below 3, it will contain as a, what is that? It is a metals. And what about the 5 and above? See, for example, if the non-metals are there, the non-metals is nothing but the valency electrons, it will contain the 5 or above. Okay, so 5 or above is a, what is that? It is a non-metals. So what about the remaining things? Means that is a, so metals and non-metals and metalloids also ready to present. The metalloids are means that is a semiconductors. It is not a metal, it is not a non-metal. So if I am going to take a one example to you for this. So here the metals I am going to take a one example. For example, aluminum. All people they know that this is a aluminum is a one of the element. That too it is a one of the metal. So now you can check that whether it is a metal or not by using of a electronic configuration. The aluminum I said that is a atomic number is a 13. Then how many electrons are ready to present? 13 electrons. That's why the electronic configuration 1s2 and 2s2 and 2p6 3s. So what is that? So 2 and so 3p1. Once you observe that here, once you see that aluminum, what does that means? 1s2 2s2 2p6 and 3s2 3p1. So what it will contain? That last shell containing as a 3. The last shell is the third shell containing the 3 electrons in it. Okay, the valency of the particular element is a 3. So here what I said that in a metals means 3 or below 3 elements are right to present. 3 or below 3 electrons are present in a valency shell. It contains that is a, what is that, metal, or 5 or more. So that's why, so we have, there is a p block elements, all are the 3rd to 12th group elements, all are called as a metals, and some exemptions are right to present for the 3rd to 12th group elements, means d block elements. What does it means? The lanthanides and actinides also comes under the, so d block elements. So in the d block elements means what we call that in that particular d block elements also transition elements. So we call as a transition elements, and lanthanides and actinides are called as a inner transition elements. We call inner transition elements are right to present. Then we go for the another example. Non-metals are there and metalloids are there, and here for example the boron is there. Okay, and boron and that kind of the silicon, different type of elements are there. Some elements are not a metals and not a non-metal. What it will be? That is a metalloids, means little bit looking like a metals and little bit looking like a non-metals. That's what we call as a semiconductors. Silicon, germanium, so these are all are, that is a semiconductors. It is not having a metal properties and it is not having the full-fledged non-metal properties. Now the atomic radius is there. So in that atomic radius, we know that is a from the periodic table from bottom up to down. Okay, the higher level to lower level, the atomic radius values are in a in a groups are increasing. In the groups are increasing. For example, the first one in upper level to lower level, so up to down in a groups, that particular atomic radius values are increasing. How it will increase? I will show with an example. For example, I am going to show you the best one is a hydrogen is the first element, and that is a one electronic configuration is a 1s1. Then if you go for the lithium is a 3 atomic number, then it should be 1s2 and 2s1. Once you observe that the shell values are increasing, you see hydrogen is containing the first shell and lithium is containing the second shell. If we comes to the higher level to lower level, hydrogen, lithium, like this kind of the, if you come bottom, then shell values are increasing. The shell values are increasing means the number of shells are increasing in a particular atom, then atomic radius values also be increased. Then if you go for the, for example, now it is a, so what it will be, that is a in a period, sorry, in a groups, that up to down is a increasing atomic radius values. But if you go for the periods, that is a periods are containing that the atomic radius values from left to right is decreasing. How it is possible from left to right is a decreasing means, same example, lithium is there. In this lithium, and then is next one is a beryllium, the atomic number is a 4, then it should be 1s2 and 2s2. Once you observe that this is a lithium is containing the second shell and one electron, the beryllium is also having that valency shell is a second shell, means there is a L shell, and that two electrons are presenting in it. So no increasing of a shell values. Then the electrons are increased in a particular shells only, it is not increasing the shell values. That's why if you go for the left to right in a periods, that atomic radius values are decreasing. So that is the reason we have, that is a periods are increasing from left to right, decreasing from left to right. In a groups, it increasing from the up to down. So okay, atomic radius will be calculated in a picometers. So 1 picometer is equals to atomic radius. Here that atomic radius values are each and every element they calculate in a picometers, that is a pm. So p and small m, and is equals to 1 pm is equals to 10 to the power of minus 12 meters. So these are the value of a particular atomic radius. Okay, if you go for the atomic radius, the period wise, how it will be stable and how it will be decreasing, I'm going to take one more example. For example, sodium electronic configuration, I will write it. The sodium is a 11, atomic number is 11, means 11 protons and 11 electrons are presenting in it. Yes or no? So that's why what is that electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. Okay, right. If it will become as a one electron is losing, that's why it will become as a Na plus. Then what is how many electrons and protons are right to present? Here the 11 protons are right to present, but electrons value is a 10, means already it is a positive ion now. So that is a electropositive. Electropositive is nothing but more positive ions are present. That is why protons are right to present, electrons are less. So that's why once you observe that if the majority of the ions is a positive ions, is nothing but protons, and the minority of the electrons are also right to present. So what it will be now, it should be 1s2, 2s2 and 2p6 only, that s orbital is not containing the electrons. So that's why, for example, if you take that is a sodium is a 157 picometers. The atomic radius value is a sodium is a 157 picometers normally. When it will become as a Na plus, sodium plus, it will become as a 98 picometers only. Reason, there is a positive ions, positive protons are right to attracting strongly to the particular electrons. That whatever it may be, that is all electrons are having in a particular atomic value. In that atom, where the electrons are right to present, this kind of the positive protons are right to attract strongly. That's why the size of the atomic radius values are decreased. That's why sodium is a 157 picometers. Now Na plus is giving as a 98 picometers. Okay, ionization energy. So ionization energy is nothing but the how much of energy required to remove a outermost shell electron. For example, in a particular element, what is the electron? Is a outermost shell contain the electrons. How much of energy required to remove that kind of electrons? So that is said to be, it is a ionization energy. For example, in that removing of electrons also categories are there. First ionization energy is there and the second ionization energy is there. The first ionization energy is nothing but the first electron from the outermost shell of the element. To remove it, that is called as the first ionization energy, means the first electron to remove from the outermost shell is called as the first ionization energy. If you go for the second ionization energy, if now it will become as a unipositive ion, meaning already so one electrons are removed from the particular element. So then the second electron from the outermost shell, if I want to remove that, the how much of energy required, that is the second ionization energy. First ionization energy is nothing but the first electron from the outermost shell will remove it, that is the first ionization energy. The second electron of the particular outermost shell is removing, that is called as the second ionization energy. Okay, I will show this one for example. Now it will become as a M is a one of the element. Okay, so in that M is a, for example, I am using the IE1 is a first ionization energy. Now how it will become, this is a, so M is become as a plus, means one electron is losing, that's why the electron is comes outside, that is a E. So now already M is plus, means already one electron is lost. So then they lost that one electron. Then here the second ionization energy, so IE2 is nothing but M plus 2 and electron is coming outside. This is a first ionization energy, this is a second ionization energy. Okay, ionization energy is also depending on the different type of characteristics. So what kind of the characteristics are right to depend on it? So first one is a nuclear charge. If more charges are there, means more what is that, ionization energy to remove it. For example, so more charges are present, means it is a more stable. If a more stable means we need to remove that electrons from outermost, we need more energy. That's why the nuclear charge is a more, then automatically ionization energy is also more to remove that electrons. That is the first one. And second one is a screening effect or shielding effect. Okay, I'll explain the screening effect or shielding effect. So in this screening effect or shielding effect, I will show this for example. So this is a atom. So here there is a outermost shell contain that electrons. So here the between the nucleus and outermost shell electrons, between these two, so we have the number of subshells or number of that shells are right to present. So right, so that's why these are all is looking like a mirrors of the element. So these are mirrors of the element. Mirrors of the elements is nothing but there is a number of shells are increasing. It is a decreasing of a attraction power of the outermost electron. It is having difficulty to hold that kind of the outermost electron, means that is a attraction values are less. The weak attractions are right to present between the nucleus and the electrons. So this is called as a screening effect. Okay, so simple, the between the nucleus and electron, outermost shell contain the electrons, number of subshells or number of shells are containing between these two. So then these all shells are called as a mirrors of the element. So then it is right to decrease the attraction power. So that is a screening effect or shielding effect. Then next one is a penetration power of the element. So what does it means, penetration power of the orbitals means? For example, if you go for the penetration power, so here the penetration power of the particular orbitals, the penetration power is nothing but in between the, for example, this is an atom, again I am going to show that is a nucleus. Okay, s orbital is containing the near to the nucleus compared to the p orbital. That's why if I am going to write there is a 4s orbital, if I write that is a 4s orbital is a more power or more attractional power to the particular nucleus compared to the 4p orbital. if I just use there is a 4s is more than the 4p, and next one here we can go for the one more is also there, that is a 4d is also, so means 4p is more than the 4d, and if you go for the 4f also, like this kind of the penetration powers has to present between the nucleus and electrons. S orbital is nearer to the particular nucleus, and p orbital compared to the s orbital it is somewhat distance. That's why this is called as a penetration power. After completion of the penetration power, the stable configuration is also depending on a ionization energy. The stable configuration is nothing but, for example, oxygen is there. The stable configuration, oxygen is there, that is a 8 electrons are right to present. So in that 8 electrons are right to present means there is a, what is the atomic number 8, and 1s2, 2s2, so 2p, sorry, so 2p, 4, so total 8 na. Compared to the oxygen, the nitrogen is having the so stable than the oxygen, because of the reason there is a half filled 4 electrons are there in our shell. For example, the p orbital is containing the 4 electrons na, it is a half filled electrons are right to present, compared to the now it is a 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 3. Now in that outermost shell contain that particular 3 electrons. So here it is a stable condition. Now the p is not stable compared to the nitrogen, because it should be, it is a half filled electrons are right to present, it is a fully filled electrons are right to present in our particular nitrogen. And next one is a atomic radius. Atomic radius is increasing, then that is a ionization energy is a less. Simple. If the ionization energy is a less means to remove an electron, so we require some energy na. So if atomic radius is increasing means there is a last one is shielding effect is more. It is a right to attract the outermost electrons from the particular nucleus is not possible. There are weak attractions between the nucleus and outermost shell are electrons. So that's why we can easy to remove that outermost electrons. So that is the reason. These are all are depending on a ionization energy. One is a nuclear charge, and next one is a shielding effect or screening effect, and another one is a penetration power, and next one is a what is a stable configuration, and last one is a what is a atomic radius. So these are the different type of things are depending on it. So electron affinity. So electron affinity or other name is a electron gain enthalpy. So what is mean by electron gain enthalpy? Simple. For example, you can see that it is a atom, right? Inside of the atom, what we know that is a nucleus is present in middle of the atom, and all electrons are revolving around the nucleus, right? Each and everything electrons are revolving, the shells are ready to present around the nucleus. We already know this one. And here if any atom is comes near to the particular, so near to this atom, for example another atom is there or another molecule is also ready to present. So in this situation, now you see that the outermost electrons are ready to attracted by the another nucleus. Is nothing but, for example, the outermost of this particular atom, the outermost electrons are that is a valency electrons. We know that is a valency electrons. So how much of energy to require to receive a electron from a other atom? So that is called as a electron affinity, or other name is a electron gain enthalpy. So here there is a formula based, for example, M is a one of the atom or element, right? So here there is a one electron is receiving. Okay, so here it will become as a, what it will be, that M minus is nothing but negativity means there is a gaining of electron. So then there is a energy is ready to liberate is nothing but electron gain enthalpy or affinity, electron affinity. So this is said to be, it is a electron affinity formula. You can take as this electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy. So in this electron gain enthalpy, if you go for the periodic table, in the periodic table from the top to bottom means upper level to down level, that gain enthalpy values are decreasing. And if you go for the, that is a group, okay, so from the top to bottom the values are decreasing, electron gain enthalpy values are decreasing. If you consider that there is a period, from left to right it may increase. So electronegativity is nothing but if that particular atom is ready to attract the another atom electrons. So previously we discussed that electron gain enthalpy. In that electron gain enthalpy, how much of energy required to receiving of other atom electrons, right? So here how much of elements are ready to present means how much of electrons are ready to present to receiving of a particular towards the atom side. For example, this is a atom. So here in this situation, this is a nucleus, and now so how much of what does it means? Electrons are attracted towards itself. So electrons are attracted towards itself is nothing but, this is nothing but it is a electronegativity. So electronegativity, the Millikan proposed one formula. According to the Millikan, so given the formula, what it will be, the electronegativity is equals to electronegativity, so is equals to ionization energy plus electron affinity divided by 2, means there is an average of these two we can call as a electronegativity, ionization energy plus electron affinity. So divided by 2 is said to be, that is a electronegativity formula. So here there is a Millikan proposed, and what that Pauli's explained about this electronegativity means, that is a electronegativity means that is a energy of the bond. For example, one element is ready to bond it with a another element. For example, sodium is there, I am going to take as a sodium chloride, NaCl. Sodium is bond with a chlorine, right? The how much of bond relation, how much of energy of the bond between the sodium and chlorine, so it will depend on a electronegativity. So that is depending on it. Here it will be, there is a metals and non-metals also there. So which is a more electronegativity, so which is a non-electrivity, so values are there, means here this is, we already categorized, that is a metals. So metals and non-metals. Okay, in this situation the metals are less electronegativity character. So less electronegativity character is a metals, but non-metals are not like that, the more electronegativity characters. So these are the differentiation between metals and non-metals. If you consider from the third group elements also like this.